Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining me. My name is Dawn Patterson, and I am the Wise Widow. I want to welcome you tonight and thank you for joining me. I know it takes a lot of courage to come out and be able to watch something that is grief related when we're in so much pain. I'm grateful that you're here, especially this time of year when grief feels so much heavier and the world feels louder and our hearts feel so much more tender. Thank you for joining me. Tonight, we are going to talk about why the holidays hurt more. And they really do, because there's so many more memories. And we sit and we think about what we're missing out on with our loved one. If this is the first time that you're with the Wise Widow, I welcome you and I want you to know that you are not alone. You belong here. You are exactly where you are supposed to be. And there is nothing wrong with the way you are feeling, and there's nothing wrong with the way you're grieving. You will hear me say many, many times over and over again that the way you are grieving is right for you. Our grief is as unique to every one of us as our own fingerprint. So don't let anybody tell you that you're grieving too fast or grieving too slow or crying too much or you haven't cried enough. We come from a very grief illiterate world and everybody has their opinions. But as they say, other people's opinions are none of our business. So we don't need to worry about what other people are saying because all that is important is how we feel and our emotions and how we are dealing with our grief. As I said tonight, we're talking about why the holidays hurt more. And I promise you, there is nothing wrong with what we are doing and how we honor our loved one that has passed. I'd just like to take a couple of minutes, just starting out tonight, that we just, for 30 seconds or so, have a little moment of silence just to honor our partner, just to remember and love them with all our hearts and all our memories. Take a big breath and let it go. The holidays stir up memories that feel like they happened yesterday, even if years have passed. Some of the memories could be traditions that we had with our loved one or within our families. The music that we listen to, the smells, the routines, the shopping, the decorating, everything we used to do with our partner that suddenly becomes a reminder that they're not physically here with us anymore. I'm going to break this down into three main reasons that the holidays hit harder. And the first one is emotional overload. Our hearts are already doing the heavy work of grieving, and then the world piles more expectations on us to be joyful and happy and in the Christmas spirit and celebrating the family gatherings and the togetherness. The holidays have a way of magnifying everything. And it's painful for us sometimes. Every feeling, every emotion, every memory, every ache and pain, we feel it all and it's all magnified during the Christmas season. When you're grieving the loss of your partner, your emotional capacity is already stretched thin. You're carrying sadness, maybe confusion, loneliness, For some people, exhaustion, just sheer exhaustion, exhaustion. It's all happening at once. December arrives and everybody's in the Christmas spirit and putting up their trees and putting lights on their house, and the Christmas music starts playing in the stores. The glitter, the bright lights, the music, the constant reminders that we're supposed to feel festive. Maybe the world's asking a little too much of us, because a lot of people don't really understand how we feel, what we're going through. There's too much smiling around. And maybe we spend too much time pretending that we are okay when we're not okay, clearly not okay. We don't want to participate, and other people expect us to participate. And then we have to start explaining and giving excuses, or we feel that we need to, trying to hold everything inside when we feel like we can barely stand or get up. Because of grief illiteracy in the world and what people put on us. And it's really not fair. So throughout this week, as we get together, I'm going to be talking about some boundaries. I'm going to be talking about some family dynamics, some old traditions, and making new traditions. It all goes with that holiday grief. And we're going to talk about it this week. The emotional overload is not a weakness. Please don't feel like you're weak. It's completely normal. It's a normal response to grief and the unrealistic expectations that people put onto us during the holidays. Our heart is working overtime. We're navigating memories that hurt and moments that feel empty. Simple decisions like how to decorate, what to do. But then there's the decisions of the gatherings that we're invited to. Do we have to go? Do I have to shop? I don't feel like it. I don't want to do it. Maybe that's how a lot of people are thinking. And we start feeling overwhelmed because all of this highlights the void of our partner not being with us. The truth is, we don't have to perform for anybody during the holiday season. You don't have to be merry. You don't have to attend every event that you're invited to. And you certainly should not have to explain why you're not in the Christmas spirit. You're allowed to protect your emotions, your energy, your soul. You're allowed to choose quiet over chaos. You're allowed to create new traditions, whether people like it or not. We're going to talk about setting some boundaries and living up to those boundaries for our own safety and our own comfort. Emotional overload during the holidays is very real, and you shouldn't have to endure it alone. That is exactly why I created the Wise Widow. It's a community where people can get together, where you can breathe and exhale, share what's weighing on your heart, and be surrounded by people who understand the emotional storm that we're standing in. You're doing the best you can, and I know it's incredibly hard. And you're doing more than enough. I understand. I've walked this walk. I lost my partner too, and I get it. And a lot of people don't get it. People give us the first year. Ah, all the firsts are over with. The first Christmas, the first anniversary, the first birthday, the first this, the first that. Oh, she's okay now, or he should be okay now. Because they're okay, they think we should be okay. And we're not okay. We may never be okay again, but we learn to live around it. We learn to live around that grief, and with it comes some boundaries. And we're going to learn some boundaries this week. The second one that I want to talk about that makes Christmas so harsh is the empty space that feels so loud. An empty chair at the table, or when we're sitting home alone, trying to figure out how festive to be, or to decorate or not to decorate. And we're sitting there in all those memories and longing for them to be with us. And we have that visual reminder, that empty chair that reopens the wounds that we thought were healed. And during the holidays, those wounds fly back open. Have you ever heard the cliche, "I've never felt so alone in a room full of people"? I felt that as a widow, and some of you may have too. So don't beat yourself up about it. It is normal. Many of us feel that way, widows and widowers. We have those emotions. Many of us have the same emotions, but we deal with them all in our own way. And it's okay to be unique. It's okay to be you. Don't compare your journey with my journey, because how fast I get through one thing and maybe takes you longer, we can't compare. We're different people. Or there might be something else that you get through faster and I struggle with, and that's okay. There's something about those empty spaces, though, during the holidays that hit harder. That chair may have been empty for months or years, but during the holidays, that empty chair can hit us in the heart, or that spot on the couch where they always sat. Even the silence in the room, it echoes so loud sometimes. It's heavier, sharper, more noticeable. Just that empty place in our heart, and it hurts. And it holds the weight of their presence, and it holds the sound of their laughter. It holds the warmth of traditions that we shared. It holds the little moments. That empty space is full of the inside jokes that we maybe had with our partner, the holiday rituals. Maybe they were the one that carved the turkey. Or maybe they were the one that played Santa Claus and handed out the gifts. Maybe they put on a Santa hat. And that formed the rhythm of your life together. And you're feeling that gaping hole of emptiness. Those spaces are loud, but honor them, because they're loud with memories. They're loud with love, loud with the ache of what we're missing. It's not just a chair. It's not an empty chair. It is a chair full of memories and love. And it's a reminder of a life that we shared with them. Honor that. Honor that, because it's okay. That reminder can stir emotions that we weren't expecting. They come like tidal waves. we're fine. And then all of a sudden, the next minute, we're not. And then the wave washes back out to sea and we're fine. Then it comes crashing in again. And we lose our footing time and time again. But when we regain that footing, take those small steps forward. Maybe sensing a moment of peace. But then you walk into a room and there's that empty space again, and it sweeps right back in. Sometimes during the holidays, we can feel like we've gone right back to day one, to the day they passed. But every time we do that and we overcome it, it can get a little bit easier and a little bit easier because we get a little bit stronger. It's the moments that highlight that I'm a me where I used to be a we. Reminds us of their absence, and that's why it hurts so much. But the life you built together and the traditions that you cherished and the comfort of having them by your side, think about those memories and cherish and honor those memories, because that's what makes that empty space bearable. You're not broken. You're not failing. You are not back at the beginning. You're grieving. And you're allowed to do that. You're allowed to grieve. You're simply feeling the depth of your love in a season that magnifies it. The Wise Widow community exists so you don't have to sit with that empty space alone. I honor your memories and witness your grief. You're held with understanding and compassion as you navigate the ache that the holidays bring. The third thing that makes holidays so darn difficult is the contrast that creates the hurt. The contrast hurts. When the world is twinkling and festive and everyone's paired up, your grief feels out of place. And you can feel a little bit invisible. Like sometimes, do the people give you the feeling that they don't even want you at Christmas dinner because they're afraid that you're going to ruin the mood? You're not broken for struggling. You're grieving because of the deep love that you shared. Everywhere you look, the world seems to be glowing. Lights are strung across houses. Families are taking photos and couples are bundled up hand in hand. Children are laughing. People are shopping. They're having their perfect moments. It's as though the whole world agreed to participate in this one giant celebration, and your heart is not in it. And that's okay. It's very uncomfortable, and it can be very heartbreaking. Your grief can start feeling out of place and like it doesn't belong. And you can feel like you're out of step with everybody else. You feel like you're watching your life from the outside in, pressing up against a window that you can't open. It's a terrible feeling. You may find yourself wondering why everyone else gets to keep their happiness. Why was yours taken away? And how can the world just keep on spinning like nothing happened when your world is spinning out of control? Or your world just spins quiet now, that nobody hears it anymore. There's that loneliness in that kind of contrast. the kind that makes you feel like your pain is invisible, that nobody acknowledges it anymore. People avoid bringing up your partner's name. Don't avoid it. Say their name, because that is love. We don't want to forget them. Talk about them. Don't let anybody tell you that you shouldn't talk about them if you want to talk about them, because that's the memories. And sometimes we can laugh and laugh without guilt, smile without guilt. If something during the holidays makes you smile, let that smile shine. Moments that maybe used to feel magical, now they feel sharp. Holiday music that maybe made you smile, you can't stand to listen to anymore. Seeing couples exchange gifts might reopen a wound that you thought was closing, and it burst back open at Christmas. Sometimes being surrounded by family highlights the ache of that empty space and that out of place or isolation that we feel. Why does everybody else get to carry on and live life when I'm going through this? Why does my grief feel like it's an interruption in everybody's celebration? And why does it seem like nobody seems to see the battle that I'm fighting within me? Here's the truth. Your grief is not out of place. It is a part of your love story. Because if you did not love, you would not grieve. Grief is love, and you're allowed because you loved. That's why you're allowed to grieve. I've had people say to me, Dawn, how long does this last? How long does the grief last? Here's my answer. Your grief will last as long as they're dead. Somebody said, how long does it last? And I said, how long are they going to stay dead? That's how long it lasts. I'm not trying to downplay or scare or anything. It's reality. They're not coming back. And it's okay to build your life around that grief because you can't flip a switch and make it go away. It hangs on. It's okay if the holidays don't feel bright. It's okay if you don't match the mood of the season. It's okay if your heart is grieving when the world is celebrating. The wise widow, we understand that contrast. I understand it because I've lived it. And you are welcome at the wise widow exactly how you are. Grieving, coping, surviving, remembering, trying to make sense of the season. You don't need to hide your heart. You don't need to pretend. You don't need to fit into the holiday mood. You belong exactly as you are. If you signed up with your email address, I would have sent you my my little workbook that goes with this 5-day holiday grief. And if you have it with you, I would like for you to take it out, and we're going to refer to it a little bit. And I'm just going to highlight a couple of activities that are in there. You don't have to write anything now. You can go through this later and deal with it how you wish. But let's take a few minutes for some gentle reflection. You can write or simply think quietly. What emotion? You could find one emotion, or even two or three. What is the strongest emotion that you have right now? Is it loneliness? Is it regret? Is it just plain and simple sadness? Think about that. Give it time. You don't have to answer it right now. What holiday memories come forward to you right now? What's coming forward this year? Are there certain memories? A memory of maybe something that happened one Christmas that fills your heart with love? Or was it a special gift that you gave your partner one year? Or maybe something special that you received from them? Maybe one year there was a special guest that you had for Christmas that you and your partner enjoyed the visit with. And also, where do you feel your grief the most? How's it coming out? Do you feel pain in your heart? Or does your whole body ache? Or are you just exhausted? Or is your grief coming out in all of your thoughts that it's like a hamster on a hamster wheel? What's going on? Those are the kind of things that I want you to think about, maybe write a little about, or maybe just put on some nice quiet music and enjoy the memories. Honor your heart in the moment. Notice what hurts and notice what's starting to heal. We can go through emotional overload. And I want you to think about that a little bit. And the expectations that we feel that make this season so heavy. And then we also talked a bit about the empty space that feels so loud. Talk about those spaces. What's loud for you and why is it loud? And allow it to happen. You're grieving. It's allowed to happen. And then talk about the contrast hurts. Where do you feel the contrast most strongly in your life right now? It's not easy. You'll find your way around it. You're not alone in this season. Your grief is valid. Your heart is worth a lot of gentleness. It's worthy of gentleness. And I hope that some of the prompts and things in this workbook will help you and allow you to honor your partner and allow the memories to come up. And if they make you cry, cry. If they make you smile, smile. If it wants you to make you put on some music and sway and dance, because that's what you and your partner did, get yourself in that moment. Bring up some of those emotions. It talks in the workbook about some of the emotions. Let's talk about a few of those common emotional, mental, and physical reactions that a widow or widower experiences this time of the year. Let's talk about a few of them. And some of them are going to sound familiar to you because you're human, because you're grieving. Do you feel a disconnect from the holiday joy? Are you avoiding traditions that you once loved? Are you exhausted or still live in a fog that you have brain fog? Or maybe the fog lifted, but it's starting to swarm around you again during the holiday season. Or you have those sudden waves that I was talking about, the crashing of the grief waves that come and then they go away and then they come back again. Do you feel guilty for wanting to skip the holidays? Don't feel guilty. Guilt is a useless emotion. Are you feeling like you're a burden? Or do you feel like you're pulling away socially because of that? A lot of us may be feeling that we just want this season over. The sooner, the better. And that's okay. It's all normal. It is so normal. Grief is not a setback. It's simply a season that brings up more emotion than other times of the year do. And it's because it's a very, very long season. It lasts at least a month. For some people in their households, it can last longer than that. For some people, it might just be a day or two as well. So let's talk about a few coping strategies and find a tool that will help you this season. What tool can you choose for the energy that you have? What kind of energy do you have? Let's talk about boundaries a little bit. Do you think because you are invited to an event that you need to go? You can simply decline. Well, no, that's not going to work for me this year. Thank you for the invite, but I think I'm going to have to decline. But thank you, it's just not going to work for me. If you don't feel like going, you don't have to go. Or no, I don't think I can be there quite that early. I might be an hour or two late. Or I might have to leave a little early. And you certainly do not have to decorate if you don't feel like it. Just because somebody else wants you in the holiday spirit doesn't mean you need to be in the holiday spirit. You don't have to pretend for anybody. You have one job this holiday season, and that job is to protect your heart. That's all you have to do. Before I close, I want to share with you a little story that I came across. And I think it very much is relatable to many of us. And it's the story of the hot teacup. There was a young monk, and he approached his teacher. He was very, very frustrated. And he said, "Master, I just can't let go. I've tried. My thoughts, my memories, my pain, they grip me no matter what I do." The master didn't speak. He didn't say anything to the young monk. Instead, he poured himself a cup of tea and he handed it to the young monk. And I tell you, this cup of tea was scalding hot. It was steaming hot. And the young monk kind of flinched. And he said, "Master, it's too hot." And the master replied, "Then put it down." And the young monk said, "Well, I don't want to drop it." The master just looked at him gently and he said, "Well, the longer you hold on to it, the more it burns." So the young monk hesitated and the heat intensified in his hands. Finally, he released the cup. He gently put it down so it wouldn't break. He didn't want it to shatter. But as soon as he put it down, the relief was immediate and his hands felt better. And the master softly said to him, Letting go is not forgetting. It's about releasing what burns you. You don't let go when it stops hurting. You let go because of it hurting. So what are you not letting go of? What are you allowing to scald you because you won't let go? Letting go is a choice. If you choose to hold on to what is burning you, you will continue to hurt. But if you decide to let go, the pain will stop. You get to control it. It's your choice. Give that a little bit of thought. So, in closing, I want to thank you for being with me tonight, for your courage, your honesty to yourself, and opening your heart. I want you to know that the Wise Widow is a safe place for you. It's safe during the holidays and beyond. I have many programs that are available. I have one-on-one programs, as well as a membership called Delicate Threads that is a group, and we can talk about that more. For those of you that signed up over email, you will have my phone number and you can phone me if you would like to talk. If you don't, please email me at grief@thewisewidow.ca and we can connect at any time. I can explain some of my programs to you. Later in this week, I will explain them a little bit more. I have 3 different one-on-one programs. 2 of them are 3-month programs. The other one is a 6-month program. And then there's my membership that is ongoing as long as you would like to be a member. So at this point, if you feel like you need more personal support, please reach out. The Wise Widow community is here for you. And I want you to know you never have to walk this journey alone. I am here to walk it with you. So I'm sending you love and light tonight. And I hope that this Zoom has helped you, that you have felt like it was helpful, that you learned something from it, that you got something from it. I'm a certified grief educator, and I'm here for you. I decided to do the courses, and I continue to take courses to help the widows and widowers that reach out to me. It is a painful journey alone. So I hope that I see you tomorrow night. Tomorrow night, we are going to be talking. Oh, just let me find this. Tomorrow night, we're going to be talking about. Oh, sorry, I've lost it. What we're allowed to feel, giving ourselves permission to feel. And I hope that it inspires you, and I hope that it is good for you. So please reach out to me at any time. I will answer you. And I send you love and light tonight. And I hope that I see you back here tomorrow night. Thank you so much for being with me. Again, I am Dawn Patterson. I am the Wise Widow. Good night.